the awkward silences while we promote the show.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
I think we're live. All right, we should be live on YouTube.
We should be.
Should be. Welcome to Grawlix Nights, the Grawlix Podcast live show. I'm Randy.
I'm Melanie.
And I'm Jesse.
Oh, man, have we got a show?
All gonna silence our phones now.
Yeah. As soon as I started it, mine went off because it's like, now live on your channel. It's like, I know. You don't have to tell me.
I mean, that's the one upside to that is like, that will remind you right then and there.
That's true. It's a built-in amateur reminder. Hey,
that was just our theme song. You guys didn't know that's always been our theme song. And then it became a ringtone, like a notification sound. But first, it was us. We did that.
How can I change? I need to change that specific notification to the Grawlix theme.
There it is. Yeah, or just the what was it? The noise that Pete Mitchell did for us.
Right. Yeah. That's a pretty good notification sound. That'd be a good one. Hey, here's what we got in store. Well planned out show with some thoughtful critiques and reviews of pop culture, as well as maybe some actionable advice.
Oh man. Oh, it's almost like you edit podcasts that are but like personal development.
Right. I can't tell you anything. I am terrible at retaining things like that. Like, I've edited.
You just got to eat the frog.
Hundreds of hours of like, it's not all just self-help, but that kind of entrepreneurial, somewhat self-help guru, hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 hours of that.
Yeah. Do the hard thing first or don't.
But or it's all like,
or maybe do the easy thing first. Sometimes you got to eat the ice cream, then you eat the frog, depending on what atomic habit you have, or tiny habit, or whatever.
You got to have the right mindset. Get on that grind set.
Yep. Yep. Live your best life.
Live in abundance, not scarcity. That's the secret.
No. Urgency. That's the key.
Right.
If it's not there, you got to create it.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Why is my client list dwindling? What's happening?
Oh no.
No.
Because they're watching our show. Yeah.
Yeah. They're all watching this.
Yeah.
They're not watching this at all. Anyway. We're just kicking it. We're just chilling. We're just chatting. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about the usual stuff we do. Wasn't there some Doctor Who news of some kind even? We're going to talk about something.
Well, there's a Humble Bundle. We don't even do that anymore, but there's a Humble Bundle.
We don't. They stopped their affiliate program. So they kicked us off. They didn't even kick us off. They're just like, yeah, what?
They did the quiet quitting.
They Humble Bundle quiet quit us and all their affiliates. It's not just us.
Yeah.
But you're right. There's a Doctor Who audio drama bundle, which is solid. The comics they do once in a while. That's a great deal. But
those are a good deal too. Yeah.
It's hard to find like a really good deal on the audio dramas. That seems kind of rare.
Yeah, and these are good. Like I have a lot of them. That's the only reason I won't get it is I already have an awful lot of them. But I can say definitively, like I enjoyed the classic Doctor's New Monsters set. That this one includes a lot of stories from. It's very good. It has one of the last Mary Tam, so Romana 1. That's a good one. And I don't know. There's all the main line ones. I can definitely say the one thing I would say if I have a beef with this Humble Bundle at all, it's that they just give you a Ravenous 1, which was a good one, but there's like 4 of them. It's like Ravenous 1,
Oh.
2, 3, and 4. And so it's like you're gonna get like a taste of it. And it's like, oh, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, that's not great. I don't love that.
I don't love that either, but I mean, like it was good.
It's still a good deal.
I would say that's good. And most of them are bottles. Like a lot of them are bottle episodes, so you don't have to like,
well, I like the few times we've discussed Doctor Who audio drama on the show. Like the last time when we were going through some of the Ten and Donna Noble extra
those are really solid
stuff. Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear what you guys think of a 9.
Right.
That's his, that's his return to the Doctor after, what, a good decade.
Right.
So
that's Melanie's Doctor.
Right.
Yep.
She's kind of got an allergy type thing.
Yeah,
I don't know why allergies are kicking up today, but she's got like an allergy thing going on.
Yeah, staying on mute because I'm sniffling every 3 seconds. I'm sorry.
What was the news? There was some news though. There was, it was like, I don't think there was anything hardcore Doctor Who related, but there was like BBC's going to start producing more stuff specifically for YouTube, for their YouTube. And I think it's partially like because their YouTube numbers, they're pulling in more views on YouTube than they are on the BBC.
It's because they got they got a good amount of like the classics on there,
right?
So it's like you could just like sit down and watch a Fifth Doctor story,
I did just think of something. So these are technically like a leak. Who Disney Plus leaked numbers. This is maybe a little interesting. We don't have to get into it right away. But supposedly, and enough people are reporting this that it kind of seems maybe genuine, but basically there was the streaming services never released like their view numbers, but supposedly there was a leak of Doctor Who view numbers for the Disney Plus specifically for their stuff, and also that and then people compiled it into a list and compared that to the BBC view numbers. So if this is to be believed, you can kind of see like where the fall offs in viewership was happening.
Oh yeah.
And if it's true, by the end of this whole RTD2 run, according to this, they were getting like 615,000 views an episode versus like the same episodes getting 4 or 5 up to 6 on specific episodes on BBC million, 4 or 5 million. They were getting like just over 500,000 towards the end of the season. And I don't know, since these streaming services never publish their stuff, I imagine just over 500,000 views per episode is not necessarily great on a big like
on
should have been kind of a
Disney
flagship show. Yeah.
Especially when stacked up against things like Star Wars, and like you're probably comparing Doctor Who to Star Wars, which I really don't know that you can.
No,
Doctor Who just doesn't quite have that kind of fandom the way that Star Wars does.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like I've seen, I'll see like Brit Doctor Who fans talk about that, and they, in my mind, seem to downplay how much they think downplay the popularity that it has overseas. But then again, in my mind, I'm maybe just upplaying it because I'm one of the few that really love it in the US. So I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's probably not as popular as we maybe even think, but I mean, I think
it's like just that we are enthusiastic about it,
right?
Like that's kind of always been our bag, is like we take a thing and we just go crazy
Right. If we want, I know we're kind of like jumping into this all crazy and we haven't done the like, what have you been watching lately yet? I can do a quick rundown of like the numbers and specifically like episodes where the numbers kind of fell off according to this this allegedly leaked list of view numbers. And looking just at the Disney stuff, Disney numbers.
I'm curious. Like, why was it the goblins? It wasn't the goblins, or I don't know.
Which one would that'd been the church on Ruby Road, right?
Yeah.
That took a little bit of a fall. So it's got, for the 60th specials, it's got the Star Beast, Wild Blue Yonder, the Giggle. Star Beast, according to this leaked supposed list of view numbers, pulled in 2.14 million, which is, I mean, on BBC it pulled in just under 8.5 million. So, you know, it pales in comparison, which is also a little weird given like international audience, but and then Wild Blue Yonder and the Giggle were both about 1 million. So it dropped by half, which kind of makes sense because
that's all right then.
Right. The church on Ruby Road, 886,000, which is 100 and something thousand drop, which is big, but not like huge. But also like Disney did do some weird stuff other than the like, this is supposed to be a whole new jumping on point. But yet everything is like super intrinsically tied to old stuff.
And that was like technically a Christmas special, right? So it was like special number 4.
Yeah. And Disney didn't have them. They were all like separate entries in the app. Like you had to search them out separately as opposed to being like listed as a season in Doctor Who, you know.
Yeah, even on like Amazon, they put all the specials together. Like
Yeah. Most of those did about 8 a little under to a little over 8 million on BBC views, which makes sense. And then Space Babies,
oh boy,
was 1.43. This is the first episode of the season, not including the Church on Ruby Road special. And then the Devil's Cord was 1.21 million. So there's a little bit of a drop. There was a significant drop, but not that bad. But Disney Plus also dropped both those the same day, I believe, right?
It could be.
Then comes the drop, which makes sense because Space Babies and the Devil's Cord, I feel like, are both kind of rough episodes to start a new season on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, I get Space Babies a little bit, and I don't totally hate it, but I'm a diehard.
Yeah, right.
If I weren't a diehard, I'd be like, what the heck is this?
It's pretty weak. And the Devil's Cord has interesting stuff. I know a lot of people point to the musical number towards the end, which still in retrospect doesn't make any sense. At the time, we're like, well, maybe it'll make sense in the future. It doesn't. Nope. Think about it now. Why did that happen?
Nope. Because there's always a twist.
Right. Doesn't make sense. And this is something people don't talk a lot about, although I know we talked about it quite a bit. The whole Beatles integration was real bad. Yeah, it was real cheesy and poorly done.
Yeah, they barely needed to be there.
So boom. So it dropped to 768,000 or 762,000 for boom. So that's a significant drop. Jumps up to 1 million for 73 yards, which I think boom. That was why not start with boom or something? That's so much stronger episode. And I think that, and then maybe 73 yards also, like, for as many viral moments as they tried to shove into every other episode, 73 yards might have been the closest to actually kind of having some type of virality, because it had that I don't know, almost like creepypasta folk horror setup that is kind of the kind of thing that I could see getting attention online.
I forgot about season 1 and how little the Doctor actually is in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because after that was Dot and Bubble,
Mm-hmm.
which is very Doctor Light. That was 979,000, so a little decline. Rogue 922,000, little decline. The Legend of Ruby Sunday 938,000. So, whatever. It's hovering around 1 million. A little decline, but not terrible. Legend of Ruby Sunday, that was the penultimate episode of the season, setting up the big epic final episode.
Oh.
Empire of Death 656,000. So people, a little under 500,000 people watched that, set up to the penultimate, and was like, yeah, no, I don't need to finish this.
Yeah.
That's a drop.
Well, the reveal was so much better than the payoff. So right. I don't blame that.
And then after that, it was kind of doomed. Joy to the World was 613,000. Robot Revolution was, is that what the last episode was called? The Robot Revolution? Maybe this is missing some stuff. No, this might be missing some stuff.
Because the final episodes was about.
Oh, right. There's a whole other. There's a whole other season after this. What was I thinking? Well, anyway, what they've got listed here, Robot Revolution was 615,000. I wonder then, based on those numbers, how that
would have been that would be the first. That would be the premiere, Robot Revolution.
Okay. Ooh, so it started off.
That's not a good premiere number at all.
Right. New companion. Ooh. The fact that it's not the complete numbers, that it only goes up to there, makes me think, I don't know, something like that leads maybe to the legitimacy in my mind of the leaks. Because if it was just some numbers people made up, you think they'd like run through the whole thing.
Sure.
But honestly, where the drops happen in this kind of makes sense to me.
I honestly think this is the Starbucks model, where it's like they thought they were getting another tentpole style franchise in Doctor Who, and it's popular, but it's not Marvel. It's not Star Wars. They were used to getting things like a George Lucas Empire and like that kind of thing. And Doctor Who is great, and it's got longevity, and the people who love it, but it's just not as universal as those other ones are.
And I don't think RTD was trying to make it bad. I think he was trying to make it good, but I think he was misunderstanding or something. He was trying too hard to create viral moments that would bring in attention that end up backfiring, because anytime, as great as the first RTD run is, anytime it tried to go big, it would get just stupid ridiculous.
Yeah, it was clunky. It was like he was trying to recapture some of that too.
Yeah,
it was like, but I'm trying too hard to recreate something I already did. I'm like,
right.
Ooh.
Trying too hard to cater to a new audience, a specific audience.
But he was trying too hard and also putting too little effort into it at the same time, because like there was so many things that I'm like, but that doesn't jive with anything that happened previously. But he's like, so what? He doesn't care. That's lazy, and makes me like it less.
Was that the midnight? Yeah, I would like. That's immediately where my brain went to. Is like, yeah, you don't explain a bunch of stuff, but not enough for it to really work.
Right. And then just leave. He should know how any fandom, especially a sci-fi fandom, and the Doctor Who fandom, is going to be about plot holes. Don't willingly see that there's a plot hole and then leave it, or just cut something out creating a plot hole because you're like, it doesn't really matter. We just need to move along. It's like, that's going to be a problem for some of your viewers, man.
Yeah, especially time travel people. Like time travel people are the biggest nitpickers, because it's got to work.
Right. We can overlook some pretty egregious stuff. You kind of have
time travel as a thing.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Like, but, yeah, we can suspend a lot of disbelief, but there are rules to it.
You got to put in a certain bare minimum.
They need to hire the writers from Futurama, the old ones, and
us.
Oh yeah.
Right. We'll just occasionally throw ideas and then dump on theirs that suck.
Yeah, plot hole. Stop it. Bad. Bad showrunner.
They'd be like, wait,
that's all we would do.
Is this what we pay them for? Is just to like dog on us? It's like, well, yeah.
Stephen Moffat, do better. Stick the landing.
Stranger Things could have used our help too.
Oh, but they really could have. Duffer Brothers, stop it.
They wouldn't have listened. I've seen that clip. Of one of the head writers. Like, there has to be demo Gorgons or demo dogs in the Right Side Up. There just has to be, right? It'd be crazy not to, and they still didn't do it. So they just won't listen. And
not a single bat creature. It killed Eddie Munson, but not a single bat creature.
And this is definitely always something true of Doctor Who and most productions, but Doctor Who is like, I wonder what kind of notes from Disney that RTD was, what kind of notes he was like dealing with. Because I know, I remember him talking about some of the changes to like the, what was it? The Church on Ruby Road, I think. Some of the changes in how it went based on Disney feedback. So I wonder how much he had to kind of contend with that.
Ooh, were the goblins actually scary?
I don't know about that, but I know they wanted the Doctor introduced way earlier because originally it was I'm assuming, kind of like Rose did a little bit, although Rose introduced the Doctor pretty quick, but I'm assuming it was going to follow Ruby. Was that her name? Ruby?
Mm-hmm.
For a while before it introduced the Doctor, and they wanted the Doctor in there as soon as possible.
He wouldn't just be hanging around like he was.
I mean, he might have been, but he wouldn't have been. It maybe would have been less obvious or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with Doctor Who. When are we getting? I know it's already aired over there, but when are we getting that C?
I don't know. It's gonna actually land on Sea and Land. It's gonna be on Disney though when we finally do get it, right?
I think so. They're dragging their feet on that. They're just like, that seems like that's weird and not necessarily a good sign. And I'm sure there's reviews out there. I've not heard a ton of horrible things, but also not a ton of good things about it. So
I think there was some early buzz, but then that seemed to die out unless it's just over.
That's not good. I mean, we could probably watch it now. I just gotta, strap on an eye patch or something. But I haven't done that, and I never would.
No. Why is that leg made of wood, though?
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm not new to pegging, but Disney is.
Yeah. Deadpool connoisseur. Those Deadpool movies, man, those are fun.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, they're fun. Hey. You guys been watching or consuming anything interesting going on? Did I say that right?
Watching or consuming or anything interesting?
Anything happening in your lives?
Going on?
Anime and The Fall of America. That's all I've been watching.
I was just saying, not outside my window. Oh, wait, in Fremont? No, there might have been something that happened today. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
Don't go by the high school.
Oh, no.
We're not political.
We're not political on this show.
No.
Here's something. This is anime related, but this might be something Jesse can hop in on. This was a rewatch for me, although it'd been like easily 20 years, I think, since I'd watched this. But I think a first time watch for Melanie, last night, we watched Blood Hunter D Bloodlust. Have you seen that?
Vampire
Hunter
D.
D. Did I say it right?
I don't know that I ever. You said
Oh.
Blood Hunter D.
Vampire Hunter
like,
D.
When you said Bloodlust, I was like, oh, I know this. I don't know that I've ever seen Bloodlust.
Okay. I thought
I think maybe I tried to watch it, but I just wasn't feeling it the way that I love. Like I loved the original because it was so weird. And you're like, what?
Right.
Who keeps talking to him? What is this? And there's like, oh, it's his hand.
Right.
His hand's the one doing all that. I don't know. I always loved Vampire Hunter. I mean, like we didn't have a lot of options. And so Vampire Hunter D was like one of the options, Vampire Hunter D, Ninja Scroll, Akira, those are the bigs.
You're right. Yeah, that's interesting because we had recently watched the original Vampire Hunter D as well, Blood Hunter. But I remember Vampire Bloodlust was kind of like, that was an iconic one. It came out a little later. It was 2000. So I thought maybe you'd seen it, but
I might have. I think I did watch it. I just, it was like, it was fine. It wasn't like all that memorable to me. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I think I watched it. I don't know.
That is actually kind of how I felt about it back in the day, which is why I hadn't rewatched it till last night. But I have rewatched Vampire Hunter D a couple times, somewhat recently, actually. But I remember not liking it as much because the original one is weird, and also the hand thing personality was different. And in the original one, it was much more like kind of antagonistic, and in Bloodlust, it is sometimes antagonistic, but most of the time it's like cowardly comedic sidekick, like, well, I don't know, D, don't go over there, oh, we can't go over there, it's gonna be terrible, and it's like rambling on. It's like, what is this? This is terrible.
What was cool about it is that it was kind of like it didn't talk all that much, but then when it did talk, you were like, what is that? What's going on? Why don't I understand?
So yeah, no, I was with you. I always liked the original more, but rewatching Bloodlust last night, I mentioned on the show, I've been on a retro anime kick lately, and I think part of that is like cell animation. It just looks so good. The traditional animation, it looks so good. In Blood Hunter D Bloodlust, it was in 2000. They went so crazy with the details, and it's still cell animated style. And it really does feel like, okay, we got to go. Like, this is kind of like the ultimate version of what you can do with cell animation. And then the industry went digital. I mean, it was starting to go digital already, but it feels like one of the last big, if you ignore like Studio Ghibli stuff, because they stuck with that for a long time, but just a lot of stuff where there's so much detail in the coats and shadows, and every little wrinkle has like a solid dark shadow, and like there's so many extra shading. And then if there's wind, every single one of those like ripples and details and capes and coats and hair is just constantly I thought the animation was amazing, and I appreciated it more on this watch. It is less weird, and that, even though the world's not much different than in the first one, it makes the world feel a little bit more grounded. It's just kind of a different vibe. It definitely leans more into it's still like Western apocalyptic Gothic thing, but it feels like it leans a little bit more into the Gothic thing as opposed to the weird sci-fi Western vibe of the original. But I don't know. Okay.
Is it based on manga? Like a lot of things, a lot of things are originally a manga. Like Akira was like such a long, manga, and then they just like boom compressed it into the movie that we got.
So it was. No, I don't think it was novels. I don't think it was actually manga though. And the stories are. Let's see. The novel started in the early 80s. Is what that say? Since 83. Oh, and illustrated. So I wonder if they're like light novels. But it doesn't mention actual manga. Then there's an animated film in 85. Mm-hmm. A bunch of audio dramas from 88 to 90. Video game. 2000 animated film. 2007 it got a manga adaptation. 2022 there was a kickstarted comic book 5-issue comic book series. Interesting. Oh, it was announced. Maybe it didn't happen. But yeah, that's interesting. You don't ever see it anymore where there's so few anime movies or series anymore that aren't based on a manga, which is then in turn based on a light novel or whatever. Like,
sure.
But you did back in those days, there were quite a few more where it's like an original premise. The stories are pretty simple, pretty basic. It's just like a setup to like have a weird adventure and have all these weird creatures, you know.
I think that like the cultural divide is what really helps it to be so weird, you know, like
right.
You know, like when we think about like European vampire stories or whatever, you don't usually think, oh, well, the vampire hunter's going to have this weird talking hand that's got its own personality. You know, like that's like a very uniquely new idea, at least to us.
The Japanese there's a lot of reoccurring things I've noticed that are very uniquely Japanese. Creatures with lots of hands or anything with super long arms, lots of arms. Tentacles, of course.
Yeah.
Hair, long, creepy hair. We've seen that in a lot of J-horror and the American remakes of J-horror movies. There's a lot of stuff with like kind of body horror, but it's different than like Cronenberg body horror. Although that's not necessarily true either, because then if you think of like Tetsuya, what is that called? That really crazy body horror stuff with cyberpunk stuff gets hardcore into body horror that definitely verges into Cronenberg territory. But yeah, I don't know. There's certain traits that I've picked up on, and having some weird talking. It's described as a parasite at one point. It seems kind of like a demon at another point, but like a face that appears in your hand and antagonizes you. It feels like it, but will also sometimes help you by sucking in spells and stuff. That feels like a Japanese thing for sure.
Right. Yeah.
That's not your typical Dracula retelling.
No.
Yeah, that's what we watched most recently.
Yep.
So
I got a bunch of like things listed down, but I don't know which ones I have and haven't talked about. Did I talk about the fact that we watched the final Mission Impossible movie?
I don't think so. Is it the actual final Mission Impossible?
Well,
movie?
I don't know. They're calling
so they
it
say.
They're calling it the final reckoning or whatever. It's like the second part of a two-parter, and like the bad guy in these last two have been an AI, basically, like just like a super AI kind of thing, and like, yeah, I don't know. It was all right, but I mean, like it was such a jump, or it felt like such a time jump between Dead Reckoning and the final reckoning, and he's just so old in this new one, you know, like,
oh sure,
even the one before, it's like I don't know how much they de-aged him, if they did at all, but like he almost doesn't. You could have told me that was Paul McCartney in
it's catching up
like,
with him, man.
It's really catching up with him.
I was
like, there's times where I'm like, oh, Ethan Hunt. Man.
Those stem cell treatments or whatever it is they do, that only sustain you so long.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Eventually the mothership's going to have to take him.
Right. It's just a natural way of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, like it was enjoyable enough, but it's also like at this point, it's like they really tried to like tie everything back in. Like they tried to kind of tie it all into a bow, and it's like there's so many movies, and they went in weird twists and turns and stuff, and some of them just were never really destined to fit together. But they tried. I don't know. But you can't think too hard for those kind of movies either.
Yeah. I don't know that I've watched one since maybe the second one.
That was an okay place to stop.
Right. How many have there been?
I want to say this was like 8 or 9.
Wow.
Maybe even more than that. I don't know.
8 films, it looks like. So okay. Yeah, it would have been 8. And on top of that, Mission Impossible was an existing franchise,
right?
From way before. Yeah. Crazy. God, 1996 till present. That's quite a.
Right.
We all love
when
our.
I graduated. I graduated in 96. That's when this thing started.
Crazy. How do these long running franchises? I feel like we talked about this recently, maybe in relation to some other franchise. How does this come across to the screen when we're talking about Scream? What do younger people think of this? When they're just like, the 8th Mission Impossible is coming out. They're like, cool. Mm-hmm. My dad was still in high school when this started. And when the original property started, my grandpa was in high school. You know what?
Yeah. Someone was talking about Scream the other day at school, and I was like, have you watched all of them? Like, really? You're into Ghostface or whatever?
I guess like I got into, when I was a teen, I got into like James Bond movies. Those were super popular. That's a long running franchise.
Oh, sure.
But you know, my dad was into those, so I'd get into it through there, and they're still like, I don't know. But most other kids my age weren't necessarily all about some old James Bond movies.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know what's really weird to me is shows like when the kids talk to me about stuff like South Park, and I'm like, that came out when I was a freshman. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Still into SpongeBob.
Right.
SpongeBob is so old, man. Like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I had it on VHS when I started teaching. I just had like a SpongeBob VHS because I was like, well, the kids will like this.
I liked Shakes the Clown. I don't know if you know, but that's who plays the bad guy in that is the guy who plays SpongeBob.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Shakes the Clown.
Yeah, he was married to Julie Brown.
Downtown Julie Brown.
No, not that one. The other one.
Oh,
Uptown Julie Brown?
The redhead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say, but it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot more of those long-running legacy franchises now.
Well, like Fast and the Furious. It's all a family.
Yeah, talk about that's interesting. A lot of them really are hitting. They started like when we were in high school, or towards the end of high school, and they're hitting like the 8th to 9th entries in their franchises now.
Was it talking about making yet another Fast and the Furious?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, why? What in the world can you possibly do after going into space?
That is one.
Go to hell, I guess. That's what Jason did.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Then you have like a crossover with another franchise.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Didn't they already go to space? Didn't Fast and Furious already go to space? I feel like they.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like, what do you do now? You just took John Cena to space. I don't know.
Was Tokyo Drift Part 3? I feel like there was Too Fast, Too Furious, and then Tokyo Drift, but I could be wrong.
Something like that. I want to say it was Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift. Like that was the subtitle.
Oh, okay.
I think the second one was kind of weird, and then it was like the next one was the actual next one.
Yeah, the second one felt like even though it wasn't, I think it hit theaters, but it felt like the directed video sequel where none of the original actors come back. I think that was the last one I watched. Maybe I watched the third one, but
like it was like Paul Walker's movie, without Vin Diesel, and then they were like, "Oh crap, get Vin Diesel back in here."
Yeah, I think the next one's gonna have to be Too Fast, Too Furious, Gone in 60 Seconds, and
there you go. Oh, you gotta bring the cage match. Let's go.
I'm a little surprised Nick Cage hasn't shown up in one of those. He he's destined for that franchise, whether he knows it or not. He's kind of beyond his like action star period though, which is still so weird to me that he became like
he's a national treasure.
Hollywood will pick, it's like a male actor will hit like close to middle age, and it's like they'll be chosen. It is now your turn to be the action guy.
Their midlife crisis.
Yeah,
like, time. You're the Con Air guy.
Yeah, it was him for a while, and it became Liam Neeson. It's your turn. Who is it now? I'm not even sure who it
Bob
is.
Odenkirk.
It is Bob Odenkirk. You're right. There's a sequel to Nobody that's coming out or is already out. I don't know. It's just the unlikely middle-aged guys. Like suddenly you are action guy. You're going to be in a bunch of like decent movies, and then it's just going to degrade from there.
It's what's his name for Huey? It's the Quaid kid.
Oh right,
Jack
right.
Quaid. Yeah. Now it's Quaid. He's not even middle aged yet, but he's getting up there. But then it was Jason Bateman for a while, where it was like, we'll just throw him in like anything where there's a car.
Yeah.
Put him in a car with Jennifer McCarthy. Let's put him in Game Night, and they'll just do that, and Ozark and everything.
We did start. No, this show just started, and we didn't do a stream last week, I don't think. We started watching A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, that's right. That's out.
Yeah.
And what'd you think?
I like it a lot so far. It's 2 episodes there's currently 2 episodes out. It airs Sundays, I think.
Which one is this? Is this the one that follows Snow? Is this the one that goes overseas?
This is a prequel that happened 100 years before one of them. I don't know, because I feel like the other seas was like one that happened like 100 years before.
Yeah.
This what I like about this a lot is that it's not following any Starks. It's some schlub, some dude, some loser who's trying to be a knight. he's got no money.
He just wants to hold a door.
He's just a dude.
He was an orphan that got adopted by a hedge knight, which basically means like a homeless dude that was a knight. Traveled around with him, and then that guy died, and now he's like, I got to figure out what to do with my life. So he goes to the tournament.
Just follow the three-eyed raven.
And that's, I didn't even know this was a thing until like I was like, what's new out recently? And it said the first episode was airing that weekend. And I was like, what? Another Game of Thrones spinoff? But it's also tonally different in that towards the beginning of the first episode, we're kind of introduced.
Someone dies.
Somebody does. Actually, yes. I mean, that is you can't do a Game of Thrones without that, right? Somebody does die, but then this guy's like, well, now it's my turn now I have to go out and make my way. And he has this like kind of like inspiring speech to himself about being an adventurer. And you hear the Game of Thrones music, do start swelling up. And then hard cut to him behind a tree with his butt sticking out, diarrhea, like explicit. just hard cut to just him crapping all over. And it's like, oh,
okay,
that's the show. That's the show. And not to say it's like straight up comedy, but it is more leaning towards like awkward humor. He's a very awkward guy.
Not very smart.
Not smart.
It sounds like Our Flag Means Death of the
it's not as goofy,
world.
But a little bit. Yeah. That's fair. That's somewhat fair. Excuse me. And there's definitely like still going to be danger. And he does like, he is, since he's trying to be a knight, having dealings with like, or he's trying to have dealings with people of these higher houses, nobles, or whatever you'd call them in their world.
He danced with a Baratheon.
Right. So like the families are there, but it's such a like, it's not it's let's just flip that idea of like following the nobles and all this and for like, oh no, we're following a homeless guy who's trying to be a knight. Like it's and for me, like my favorite way to play Skyrim is I'm not the Dragonborn. I'm not some special thing. I'm a traveling merchant or whatever. So like it's the perfect setup to like, oh, it's just this dude with no connections, nothing going on. He's just traveling through the world, and I really like that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's gonna go, but
right. Like the families are there, but he's so far removed from them that they don't even really register. But I'm pretty sure once it starts going, he's going to end up working for somebody or something like that.
Right. So at least for me so far, that is a recommend. It's only been 2 episodes out. It is one of those things where I'm like, I hate watching shows week to week. I hate it. If it's a good show, it's kind of rough, but
it's a good way to lose me anymore.
Yeah.
He's got a squire too, and I really like their dynamic. I think that's part of the reason that I like it, because he's like this super tall, dumb, homeless dude, and the kid, I'm pretty sure he's a runaway from one of the families, but he's like tiny and super smart and eloquent and stuff, and it's like really weird to have them together. But it like the kid will say stuff, and then the knight guy will be like, you think this, and he's like, I think so, and he's like, okay, yeah, like the kid's like leading him around basically. It's great.
Yeah, that is a good dynamic. The squire is clearly way more intelligent than the knight, and yeah, it's good. It's a good setup. That's really like the only non-anime thing I think I've watched recently at all. So
yeah, I can't think of anything that I watched. I think I talked about the fact we went to Labyrinth, didn't I?
I don't.
We went to the 40th anniversary of Labyrinth, and
I don't think. No, I don't think so. How was it?
Oh, okay. It was good. You know, I mean, like I think about it, and it's like that one holds up. It's a really enjoyable watch. You know, you think about like Dark Crystal, I think was a bigger hit for Jim Henson. Like of all the movies, Labyrinth was like the biggest flop, because I don't think anybody knew what to expect or what they were going to get. And then when they got it, they were like, is this for kids? Is this for adults? What is this? You know, and nobody knew. And then it was perfect for video. Yeah, it was perfect for like, you know, a cult classic. It's like the epitome of a cult classic. But like when you think about like Jim Henson's career, this was like his flop, and he was kind of depressed about it.
But it has the best puppets. Like, it's so good. It's ridiculous.
It's so good. He's an innovator in it for sure.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I was talking to somebody the other day about movies, and I think we maybe somebody I work with one of my clients, but I was talking to him about movies, and maybe we were talking about Netflix and Warner Brothers and theaters and all that. And I was like, you know, one upside to, and maybe it started before COVID, but I feel like the COVID effect on theaters and the movie industry, one upside is I love the trend of their potentially always being some older classic in the theaters, in like normal theaters, because that didn't used to be the case. That was very rare.
Right.
And I was like, for example, I bet if I pull up my local theaters, there will be some old cult classic playing. And I hopped on whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, Labyrinth 40th anniversary is playing all over.
That was one of the things that was a little jarring, was like all of the previews before the movie was basically like because it was a Fathom event or whatever. And so it was all of these like things that are hitting their anniversary. And I can't remember what it was. Something hit 30th anniversary. But then the one that was like rocking our worlds was the Lord of the Rings movie became 25 years old. And we were like, nah.
Right.
25 years old? No, it's not that old. That would make me
I waited 25 years before I finally sat down and watched.
I know, that was the funniest thing. I was like, didn't Randy just say that he finally saw it?
Melody gives me a hard time about Inception even still, and she forever will.
Yes, I will. I had to wait a decade, and it was one of the best movies of all time. Come on.
Anytime when we're like looking at a movie to watch, and I'm like, I don't know, that one's 3 hours long, and she's like, oh, so I guess we'll have to wait a decade to watch it. Every time.
Forever. It's gonna be forever.
But you know what? I waited 25 years to watch some Lord of the Rings, so
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so that's hitting. Yeah, I just watched that in November. 25 years, huh?
It's crazy. I think about like that was probably one of the last movies we actually stayed awake to see the like midnight release of.
Sure.
You know, I at least that's one that I remember going to the midnight release of, because that used to be important. That used to be a thing.
Yeah. That's something that's kind of gone away. I mean, I think they still do it for some movies, but like, there's not a lot of stuff that's really.
Book releases used to do that. You know, like there's midnight release parties for all the Harry Potter books.
Nobody wants to stay up late at night anymore, except us.
Yeah. And I just want to because I can't anymore. I'm old and I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
It's like I want to stay up. I want to be there, but then I'm like, oh God, is it New Year's yet? Can I just say Happy New Year? We just watched the ball drop in Bangladesh or something where it's already happened.
Right. I get so annoyed. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, when you keep staying up late to this age, time loses all meaning anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. 2020 didn't exist.
Right.
I don't know what happened. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
For a whole year.
Whole year is gone. That was 6 years ago. Yeah, times got weird. Okay. Yeah. Groovy. All good.
Amazing even.
Yeah, it is amazing.
You know what else is amazing? Amazing?
What?
Penises.
I'm not going to argue with you.
But
okay.
Hold on, I got to find there it is. A study attempted to figure out why human penises are so big.
That's what she said.
Compared to other primates, human male genitals are longer and thicker than any ape of a comparable size. And we know that being upright makes human genitals more prominent than other primates, and that probably has something to do with, natural selection and evolution and stuff. Why they would be larger, but they wanted to get a little more specific about it. So they presented life-size 3D projections of anatomically correct male figures and asked women to rate their attractiveness and then men to rate their potential as a rival sexually and then just as a physical threat. So taller men with a more V-shaped upper body and a larger penis were more highly rated by both genders. However, for women, there was a limit at which larger was not more attractive. It became freakish. But for men, it didn't matter. Like even when the proportions became unrealistic, they were like, yep, that guy's stronger and he gets more chicks, and that's hilarious to me.
Who was it? It was Churchill. Churchill who said, "Walk soft and carry." No, someone said, "Walk soft and carry a big stick."
Right.
Yeah. So it indicates that men overestimate women's attraction to bigger penises, which isn't surprising if you're a woman, excuse me. But also that their perceptions could have played a role in natural selection, because if they avoided competing with other males because they had bigger penises, then they kind of took themselves out of the gene pool. So yeah. And this is a little odd little bit that I found, but shorter men with flat bodies and small penises were rated really quickly. But then the bigger they got, the longer it took for them to make a decision about the rating.
So it's like, could I take that? I will say, as a man, if I were looking at these other and what they're doing, they're not necessarily like, can I beat that guy? They're like, could I be that guy? I want to be that guy. I think at a certain point you're like, you know what? That'd be such a hassle. No woman could handle that. But I still want it.
It's interesting that they took longer to answer.
Mm-hmm.
This is measurement versus measurement.
Was there a correlation between time taken to decide,
time
and
to length to distance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Space and time. It all comes full circle.
If you're a stick with a big triangle and a circle with it, and you have to have like a couple sticks at the bottom, but then that's the ideal shape to be.
Could they? All right. Well, a woman couldn't handle that, but could it be used to beat a creature to death? Therefore, I don't need a club.
That's the ironic part. Is like we're like, oh no, that guy's tough. It's like there's more to hit there. We're just like, that's the bigger target.
What if he hit you with it? He has a weapon.
Yeah, there.
Get out. He's got a weapon.
We were driving around earlier today in Blair, and we drove by some business, and it had a sign talking about something balls out, and I was like, why is that a thing? Because that seems really dangerous and stupid. Like, you want to protect those, hide them away.
Yeah, it's one of the more vulnerable parts.
Yeah,
that's not a thing. Yeah, that's true. You don't want to. That's not a wise way to go.
I mean, like, I think a gorilla or any other ape is probably still a bigger threat.
Yeah, that's true.
We may have one thing on them, but that's it.
Right.
Even chimpanzees, man, they're small, but they're strong.
Yeah. I wouldn't mess with them.
Sorry, go ahead. You wouldn't?
I wouldn't mess with them.
No.
I'm not going to fight a chimpanzee. No way. Orangutan? Nope.
Right?
No monkey business.
Yeah, and there's a chart that the thing had with it, and I don't know about orangutans, but humans have bigger penises than chimpanzees, and chimpanzees are stronger. So, there you go. Can't decide by penis size.
Nope.
I would
don't judge a book by its cover.
I would still maybe rather fight a chimpanzee with a small penis than a well-hung chimpanzee. If I had to choose, I'd be like, I don't know about that one. And you know what? Maybe that's where the whole like, can I beat this guy with the larger chunk comes in.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just think it'll be awkward. So it's like, I'm not gonna fight that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I just don't know how to avoid it.
Where do I look?
Where do I look? It's too distracting. You'll have the upper edge. You'll have the upper hand.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we don't always end the show talking about penises.
But when we do,
it's tons of fun.
Yeah. We go big.
We definitely stick with it.
All right. Anything to mention before we bounce out of here? Jesse, you got anything interesting to mention?
I mean, I submitted a story. Like, I think I mentioned it, but now it's actually, I actually submitted it to the contest, and so we'll see where that goes. And then I also formatted a zine of poetry. So now I can actually print it out.
Made a zine.
I think it's ready. Yeah. Or I mean, of poetry, they usually call them chapbooks, but yeah, it's essentially a zine. And I did a bunch of artwork. I mean, that won't come through because we're not doing video, I don't think. But like, that'd be like, I've got a cover that's very like almost adult coloring book page kind of stuff. It's just like graffiti cool kind of stuff.
It is cool. It's got a retro robot. I love it.
That's to go with the poetry, or just because?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, like that image that I just showed you guys was that's the back cover, and then some of the poetry, it's just like a little thing, like I did a cinnamon roll for one of the poems because it has a cinnamon roll in it, and then there were other ones that were just they were more abstract, more non-representational abstract stuff.
Right.
Cool.
So.
Cool. Where will that be available? Is that going to be a thing you're doing at like cons, or
it'll be at cons for sure? And I've got a show coming up in March that will be in Lincoln, and then I'll have one in April that'll be in Papillion, and then I'm doing Comic-Con in July. But other than that, I don't have it available for online yet, but it will be eventually. Just hit me up if you're interested in poetry.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I think I'll be doing Edge of the Abyss tomorrow night. I'm pretty sure. I plan on it. I skipped last week because sometimes you just got to do that. Outside of that, I don't have too much else going on. Yeah. I might release some music some point. I need to. I've got an album I've sat on. I was supposed to release exactly a year ago, and then everything went crazy, and I was like, I don't want to do anything or release anything. So everything's trash. So
this one time we were supposed to release 100th episode, and then
I'm pretty sure that happened already. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm sure it did. Yeah. We'll just gaslight them. We'll just like, you guys missed that.
You guys remember the 100th episode? We had a bunch of guests and stuff.
So it was crazy. Man, it's too bad that we did it live, so you'll never be able to that one didn't go on the feed. That one's Patreon exclusive.
Oh no. Gaslight. That's when gaslighting becomes fraud.
Okay, maybe not. But if you want your vitamins and nutrients, make sure to pick up some AG1, and if you use our promo code.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's been a while since I did a fake commercial
right.
for something that we're not affiliated with.
Grawlixpodcast.com/humble. You know what's the kicker? I think that link will probably still take you to Humble Bundle.
Oh, it probably will.
I don't
probably still have the tag and everything, but it will. You can't add it.
Right.
Anything. I don't know. The last time I got a Humble Bundle with that code, it worked, but I don't know if it did anything. But it was on the slider at the last time, so I don't know. I guess it's
really
been a while since I used that though.
It's still, man, it works. It still takes you to the page. I've got it set up still. Partner equals Grawlix. It's just there's not a way for us to access any
of those funds.
No. So who knows? Okay. Yeah, Humble StreamYard. How about that one? What? Yeah. How are we letting these guys burn bridges with us? We need to start burning bridges with them.
That's right.
Can I just burn buildings? There's not.
Nope.
Bridges are a little bit useful. Buildings. Yeah.
What good are they? All right, we're not burning anything.
What good are buildings?
I don't know.
I mean, you can live in a cave or a hole or a tree. But
it's talking about penises.
It's hard to get across the river.
Burning buildings. I don't know what's happening anymore.
All right, we definitely got
What's a Scream 4?
Yeah, we don't know gets about anything.
No.
Bye, YouTube. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thursday.
Goodbye.